You guys already know what time it is. It's time to get Ghetto on one time. Welcome back to Ghetto Wealthy, hosted by your boy Funkadelic Jones. You know, came in new and improved, man. Season about to change, weather about to break. I said, you know what? Let me just get an all new look. So you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to just mustache only. I cut my beard off. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna grow back though, so it is what it is though. Welcome, like I said, sponsored by Anchor, and of course our people over at Spotify. But of course we're on Apple Podcasts and YouTube as well. Now this topic right here today is kind of inspired by something that I was watching recently, and it's about like side pieces. You know what I mean? Your side dude, side chick. You know what I mean? That whole deal, that whole situation. It falls into that category because I was watching a video and a dude was pretty much, and it was a skit actually. And it was like he kept leading it on. He kept leading it on. He kept leading it on until eventually they was about to cross that barrier. And he was just like, nope, I'm gonna go be faithful. Now, that's all good and dandy. That's all fine and dandy, right? Like he can, you know what I mean, keep teasing it, keep teasing it, keep teasing and keep teasing. But then when y'all about to cross that line, now that's when he wanted to be faithful. Now this is not necessarily a one-sided thing. This is not, oh, men only do this or only women do this. No, both parties do this. You feel what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, but think about it like this. When you have something on the side, one, you gotta move different. You gotta do things different. Just to keep those, just to keep them separate, you gotta do things different. Meaning like, y'all gotta meet on the other side of town. Y'all gotta meet in places that you ain't never been. Y'all gotta meet at a certain time. Like you might be at work and you can only meet her during your lunch break or something. I don't know. Like I said, I never did it. I never done it. So, but that just seems like that's what you gotta do. And if your significant other check your finances, and they don't want to be like, oh, you spending a lot of money right here and stuff like that. So the point is like you don't want to pull that string, because you gotta understand this. And this is what I'm gonna say in the most simplest terms. You do know that your side chick and your side dude, they now hold your relationship in their hand. Like, they just in the palm of their hands. And a lot of people probably wonder what I mean by that. I'm going to tell you why. Because the moment you mess up, or the moment you be like, nah, I'm not doing this no more, they can end your whole relationship if they want to. They can end your whole relationship if they want to. Because why? They got dirt on you. They got the receipts. All it takes is a DM, a text message, or a phone call. That's it. That's all it takes for them to just end your whole relationship. Can you imagine being a woman, right? And she messed with a dude, he got something, little chick on the side. He break her heart. Now his side dream going back to his main chick, and now all she hearing is, I'm coming to you as a woman. Don't no lady in America want to hear that. I'm coming to you as a woman. Don't no lady in America want to hear that. No, none. No lady want to hear that. Real talk. So that's almost equivalent to the same thing as a guy. If a dude approach me and just be like, "Hey fam, you dating such and such?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he get that little chuckle, that little. Like, he be like, "Something I'm not, something I don't know." He like, "Fam, that's not your girl, fam." But she be on my line every night, bro. That's not your girl, fam. Cause a prime example, right? And like I said, it's so crazy that this fits hand in hand was because like it's something that my ex did, which you got that text message at 3 o'clock in the morning, right? That's a perfect example. 3 o'clock in the morning. Cause first of all, we all know 3 o'clock in the morning, after hours, those are booty call hours. Those are when your ex is supposed to, not your ex, but those are when your side pieces is supposed to call after those times. You know, when you're not around, like mostly at work or off the late night. Those are the only two. Off the late night and after work. I mean, and after hours, that's it. So I can just imagine, right? We live in a generation where they say like they don't want to be out here looking stupid. So I can just imagine, mind you, no one knew who I was on her side of town. No one knew who I was. So the chances were somebody approaching me or somebody sending me a message and saying like, "Yo, this your girl." No, it ain't, bro. Like, she be on my line every night. The chances of that happening to me was slim. Because, again, ain't nobody know who I was. But just imagine if that person that was on that, just imagine that person that did hit her up at 3 o'clock in the morning. If this man did cross paths with me, or let's say he's seen us out and about or something, right? And then all of a sudden, he approached me one day and just was like, "Yo, ain't you such and such girl? Man, ain't you such and such guy?" I'm like, "Yeah. Wow, what's up?" You're like, "Man, that's not your girl, fam." And I'm like, "What you talking about?" My man go through a whole list of messages. So, man, it could have went any kind of way. It could have went any kind of way that day. So, you know, so this is why I'm saying, like, when you got something on the side, they hold that joint in the palm of they hold your relationship in the palm of their hands. In the palm of their hands. Because they can make or break your relationship just off a simple click. Off a simple click. That's crazy. That's crazy to think about like that. Can you just imagine waking up? Can you just imagine waking up like picture me being the side dude, right? Picture me being the side dude. Can you imagine waking up and let's say shorty I'm messing with, she don't want to leave her dude and all this other stuff, but she cut me off. Can you imagine how petty that got to be if I wake up and just be like, "Yeah, I'm about to end this whole relationship today." You like, "I'm about to end this whole relationship." Start blowing her phone up. You know what I'm saying? Start blowing her phone up. Everything just be like, "Oh, so it's like that? So you gonna tell him about us?" And let him just happen to be around. You know how petty they gotta be? You know how petty you gotta be to do something like that? Yo, that's crazy. But that's why I keep trying to tell you. When you mess with somebody on the side, when you got a little extra on the side, trust me when I say, that's a dangerous game. That's a dangerous game to play with, man. I'm just saying. But also when you think about like kind of leading somebody on too, Because that's basically what that whole thing is as well. Like you lead somebody on and it ain't gonna happen. Lead them down the road, it ain't gonna happen. The next thing you know, yeah. it ain't like I said, next thing you know, it ain't really gonna happen. But another thing I would say is if y'all don't like somebody in this generation right here, because this generation is very famous for like having something on standby. If you don't like somebody, don't lead them on. You know what I'm saying? Don't lead them on. Because see, at the end of the day, a lot of people are gonna like, some people are going to really be on some like, oh, I thought you liked me, like what's up, what happened? No, that's just, no. If you don't like them, if you don't like them, you don't like him, you don't like her, all that other stuff, let it go. Like, let it go. In the most respectful way possible, just let it go. As I digress, it's your boy Funkadelic Jones. I'm out of here, y'all.